Yo, what up? Yo, what up? This is John Aquarius. Another session of the Corona universe that we are in right now. Basically, our lives are affected. So we're now in a Coronaverse. So again, this is another session of me talking to myself. I was planning on doing it in a different format. My original plan was to just basically record myself whenever I start the day, because there's times I just sit there and just talk to myself. So, but this time I'm just trying to make it an effort just to do this. My videos are not perfect. My podcasting is not perfect, and I'm not editing it because I know that if I start editing it or trying to edit, that I won't publish it. So really, this is just an exercise for me to just keep working at something that I kind of like to do. So I want to just stay on top of it. I'm going to try to stay on top of staying on top of a date to come out. But right now, I'm just trying to just get the courage of just breaking that whole shyness or disorganization that I have and just stay focused on one target until I perfect its technique. I really don't want to go. I just really all this is about is just me talking to myself and me having and just me just ranting on about things that I like to talk about. And it's just to share with the world. If somebody likes it, then somebody likes it. So again, this is this is probably like the 6th week of the Corona universe that we are in. It's April 28th. Tomorrow's my daughter's birthday, which I did not, for some reason I did not know. I knew her birthday was the 28th, but I'm always, when it comes to dates, sometimes unless it's something, I don't know. But, I'm in my children's life, so it's not like I don't know when they were, I don't know, But anyway, either way. So, I only have one bottle of Lysol left. I don't know where I'm going to get another one. I don't understand why people are like out buying these stores. I don't know if it's the marketing that they're doing themselves, but it seems like even the simplest things are hard to find, which it should not be. I mean, that is kind of showing us a prelude of what. So here's the thing. One of the things I've reflected upon this whole Corona situation, that it could be a prelude to something greater. So maybe at this time of our life, we won't experience the great fall or great disaster. But this right now, what we're seeing is a realistic scenario of how people will react in a situation like this. First thing we notice is that things are already being bought out of the stores. So right now it's toilet papers and Lysols. Tomorrow it could be toilet paper, Lysols, food, and all that other stuff. So it is very important. People should at least have a ration of food available that can last you for at least a month or two, and then also whatever survival gear is that you need. I think if the society gets better, that's how we should look at it. Each family should do this. You don't have to be a doomsday prepper where you have to buy a whole acre of land. For people who don't have that money, the best thing to do is just have emergency rations and emergency kits. Those things. That keeps you, because you never know how what's going to happen. So that's one thing that I kind of reflected upon this situation. The other thing is the readiness to be prepared for things to get worse. So always have a contingency plan. Where are you going to go? Is that plan going to follow through? Like if you're planning on moving to the mountains, or you're planning on going with your friends, have you discussed this? So at least when this situation happens, this scenario is actually executed properly without everybody just with question marks. So I think one of the things is to actually literally talk to people who had shared like-minded things, and to collaborate on that. So if this situation does happen, you're ready. And even if it doesn't happen in your society, that you build some kind of repertoire with your community, your family, or your constituents, that this lasts through the generations. Because as much as I watch these doomsday preppers and whatever, the thing I think for myself, I think the best thing to do is communication with other people and having a group of people. Because if you're just by yourself and you're hoarding whatever you can hoard, if the surrounding area is not on your team and some reason they become savages, in any kind of way. If you don't have any kind of repertoire with your surrounding members of your area, they're going to be going after you and what you have. So I think it's best to have built some kind of repertoire communication with your community or your family or whatever. So that's just me repeating myself. So again, this is just me, myself, rambling. In concerns with the whole COVID situation, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to sit there and go, it's true or not. I do see people out there that's kind of, well, I see people on YouTube. I haven't seen it locally, but there are people who are opposing this whole idea of like whether this is real or not. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not some scientist, so I can't determine whether that's true. But it's better to err on the side of caution than taking a risk and then regretting it, which kind of like goes into something else. One of the things I've noticed is that, we're in a quarantine situation, but yet I'm seeing on videos, like YouTube videos and stuff, people are doing raves. People are going to like festivals and stuff like that. So I don't know how so it's kind of like a mixed message, like what's going on? Is it real or is it not? Or is it just people just taking risks and events just not caring? So it's a lot of mixed situations. So there it is. I work at home, so I'm very fortunate. I get to work at home, and it's one of the things I enjoy. I like it. It's another scary situation because I'm getting too comfortable with liking the whole idea that I'm working at home, and I don't want to get too much into it because if they take us out of this situation, then it's going to be hard for me to readjust, which I will, but I won't like it as much. It's been it's been a couple of weeks. And just now I'm trying to get into a routine of like starting to commit to a workout, certain regimes that can help me stay fit and stuff like that, regimes. But so that's just me in a nutshell. So, there's a lot of things I'm actually trying to do, taking advantage of this moment. But these are things that I've just always wanted to work on. So this is just me ranting on, just me talking to myself, just putting it in there and just sharing it with the world. So again, this is another take from the Corona universe. This is John Aquarius, just ranting on and talking to myself. Thank you for your time and have a good day.